Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the series The Roadmap to Becoming a Doctor. Today, we are going to talk about the process of applying to medical school. We are going to discuss the big picture, what it entails, and remember that applying to medical school can often take as long as a year to a year and a half from, the moment you begin the process to the time that you are accepted into medical school or even start medical school. It is quite a lengthy process that we want to prepare for. So let's get started. One of the first things you might think about is, where do I even want to apply to medical school? So this is a good time to start researching and choosing schools. You want to create a list of schools that fit your goals and values. Some things you might consider include location. Do you want to be close to home, or do you want to go explore new areas? What type of curriculum are you interested in? Do you want your medical school to be pass fail, or do you want them to be graded? And does the mission of the school align with your interests? There are some medical schools that really focus on developing primary care physicians, while others might really focus on doing a lot of research. If you really don't like research, then that school might not be a good alignment or a good fit for you. So, this is a really good thing to consider. You also may want to consider whether you want to apply to an MD school, a DO school, or if you want to potentially even go to medical school abroad. But, anyways, if you are starting the application process, no matter what, you will likely have to prepare your personal statement. This is a time when you can reflect on your motivations for medicine and tell your unique story. Now, remember that your story doesn't begin from the time you started college, your story begins when you were born. So, a lot of your personal statement may include both personal and professional motivations for medicine. This is a great time to highlight experiences that demonstrate your commitment to medicine, how empathetic you are, how much you enjoy working with other people and helping other people, or a story of resilience if you had to encounter a lot of hardships, because medicine is a hard pathway and you will have to be resilient. You are also going to have to request letters of recommendation as part of your application to medical school. So you are going to have to choose professors, mentors, supervisors, people that were your employers. In general, you want to choose people who know you well to write you a letter of recommendation. And it's important that you give them enough time and you provide them with relevant information. Remember, these people are busy, they have lots of other things going on. So give them 2 to 4 months of a heads up so that they can write you a really, really good letter. And you want to ask them to write you a really strong letter. And you want to give them relevant information like your resume with all of your experiences, or even your personal statement, so they have a good idea of what your motivations are when writing these letters. Overall, this is a good time to be organized and to also finalize all of your experiences. You want to outline all of the things you've done up until this point. This might include extracurricular activities, clinical experience, research, volunteering, and service opportunities. And you do want to emphasize positive characteristics like your ability to lead a team, your ability to communicate well with others, and any other skills you might have gained from all of these activities and experiences. From this point on, you will want to complete your primary application. Now, if you are applying to MD schools, this may be the AMCAS or the Texas Medical School Application Service System, or if you are interested in DO schools, that may be the AACOMAS Application Service. Regardless, you're going to have to gather all of your information, input all of the necessary information like transcripts or test scores, the MCAT, and everything else that you have done, including all of your extracurricular activities. And you will want to make sure that you review this thoroughly before you submit to make sure there are no errors in here. You want other people to proofread this and make sure that absolutely nothing sticks out or nothing is wrong. After that, you will have to go through secondary applications. This is when each school will send in their own application with their own individualized questions to get to know applicants better. So you will have to be ready to write essays for each school and address each specific question. Your goal here will be to submit your secondary applications within 2 weeks of receiving them. And you really, really do want to be specific to each school here. And one mistake I see happen often is people accidentally writing the wrong medical school name to the wrong med school application. So if you are completing an application for New York University, make sure that you are specifically addressing that school and you don't accidentally write another school's name, because that just reflects very poorly on you and leaves a very bad taste in the admission committee's mouth. And lastly, you will have to go through the interview phase. You will have to prepare and do that by practicing common interview questions and scenarios. You will almost always get asked why medicine, or why are you interested in our program. You will almost always be asked when was a time you had to overcome a challenge. So, this is a good time to really reflect on your experiences and why you're a good fit for each school, and be able to convince them as to why you want to go into medicine. And lastly, stay organized. Make sure you're tracking your deadlines. You want to keep track of each school's requirements, each timeline. And this is a great time to start using spreadsheets or planners to stay on top of important dates. After your interviews, make sure that you follow up and send thank you notes, especially if it is a school that you are super interested in. You want to send thank you notes to your interviewers to express gratitude, and also consider updating schools with any new achievements, any new updates, or even with a letter of interest if you are really, really interested in interviewing with them, or if you're really, really interested in going there after your interview. And there you have it. That is our roadmap to becoming a doctor, the medical school application. If you're interested in getting more individualized support, please join us at Premed Academy, where we help pre-med students get into their dream med school through low-cost education. We have interactive courses, experienced mentors, and awesome community. To learn more, check the link in the description below.